Are we recording? Yes, we are. Okay. Welcome back to, well, not welcome. Welcome to the first episode of All Over the Place podcast. If the face cam / camera lags or glitches at any time during this podcast, I just want to let you know. The reason is because I'm using my phone for a face cam, because that's all I have. But we're going to work with what we got. So today's episode is going to be all about my journey with seizures and just those years, because seizures were really hard, but it was really cool to see how many people supported me and all the support I got, and how I guess you can say how I got healed through it. So we're gonna be talking about that today. My cat's acting weird over there, we're gonna ignore that though. Hopefully he doesn't be bad, because I do not want to have to get up and get him, because that would be annoying. I just want to do this podcast. Anyway, we're going to be talking about my journey with seizures. So my journey with seizures, let's just get straight into it. My journey with seizures dates all the way back to, I don't remember, I think April of 2018. I'm about to sneeze. April of 2018. Let's see, that was 8 years ago. Holy crap. Okay. April of 2018 now. I don't really remember my first seizure. I do remember some of it. I think my first seizure was here at my house. I think I remember. Now, here's the thing about seizures. One of the things is you don't remember anything after you have it. But I do remember some of them because of how crazy they were, things that happened. So we're going to be trying to talk about those ones, because those are not that interesting. It's just that I remember them. If I remembered every seizure I've ever had, then that would be awesome, but I don't. My first one happened in April of 2018. How old was I? Was 8 years old, about to turn 9. My birthday is April 24th, and this was April 3rd or something. I don't know. So I think this was this the one at school or at home? No, this was the one at home. This is the one that happened here. Okay. So I just remember waking up on the couch. Now, you're probably confused, but I used to sleep on the couch my whole life. Up until I was 14. 2 years ago maybe, or even probably a year ago, I just started sleeping in my bed. I know. Weird, but I loved sleeping on the couch. I don't know why. I look back at it now and I'm like, how did I sleep on the couch? Because I love sleeping in the bed now, but it's whatever. So this dates back all the way to April 3rd. Oh yeah, it was April 3rd, 2018. I remember I think it was April 3rd. I don't know. We're just going to get into it. I woke up, and I don't know what they're called, but I have something to do with, these type of seizures are, I don't know if they're normal, or it was just me, but, if I went to bed too late and woke up too early, then I would have a seizure. So that's what happened here. And I don't think we knew that at the time. It's just something that happened. And I don't even think we knew I had seizures at the time. I don't think we definitely didn't know that, because, we just thought, oh, it's a one-time thing. No, it was not. It was not a one-time thing, I'll tell you that. So I go outside for a little bit in my PJs and just walk around for a little bit around our yard. I'm tired. My lord. We live in, a clear area, hang on. We live where if you walk outside, there's woods surrounding us everywhere, right there's literally a tree. I know everyone in the yard has trees, but, we have trees surrounding our whole yard, just saying. We live in the woods, just saying. So I walked outside for a little bit, came back inside, and just laid down. And I don't remember anything after that. I remember just gazing up, and then like my eyes closed. And next thing I knew, I was like in the car just gazing. And I don't think I've ever told this to any of my seizure stories to anybody, because I usually don't remember like in the first moment, but for some reason I remember after they happened. Like after a while after they happened. Like I said, this was 8 years ago. So it's been a while. I was 8 years old at the time, and now I'm 16, about to be 17. So we get to the hospital, and I don't remember anything at the hospital. I just remember like saying like, I think this was a seizure that I had where like it was like it could be a one-time thing, but we're gonna take medicine just to make sure. I don't know. If you know anything, then let me know. Then you can let me know. If comments are open, you can let me know in the comments. But because I don't know, I don't remember anything. So we just went home, and then it was just kind of like weird. I don't know how long we were at the hospital for. I have no idea. I think we were there for like maybe 2 hours. I don't know. We got home, and they gave us some medicine, and like some medicine to take daily. Oh my god. I just can't do this today, I guess. But we're gonna move on. So we were like, okay, whatever. And then, like, I think it was next week. The week after my first seizure. I could be wrong. But I remember it being so close together. Like, the seizure and then the one that happened at school. The one that happened at school, I remember a lot. Because my friends tell me about it. Because they did not... I was in 3rd grade at the time. My class and my entire school, I went to a private school from 1st to 8th grade. So my class didn't really know what it meant. And thank God my 3rd grade teacher, my 3rd grade teacher, who was also my 4th grade, my 5th grade, and my 6th grade teacher, she was a nurse. So like she understood it all, and like thank God she was my teacher at this time, or else because like we had no idea what to do. And like since I was going to school 5 days a week, I was with her 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Like thank God. So I think this was like a week after the first one, where we were going on a field trip, like the lower grade classes. So like because all my friends are like a year younger than me. I don't really have any friends that are like close my age. Like all my friends are a year younger than me. So I'm trying to remember. They were in a different class than I was, but we were all going on the field trip. So I'm sitting next to one of my friends, and we're playing some game on my iPod. And they told me the whole story, so I'm able to like actually remember it. But I would have probably remembered it even if they didn't tell me. I'm just going to tell you what they told me. So, let's see. They said I just started shaking out of nowhere, like violently shaking out of nowhere, like shaking really hard, and just gazing up. Like I said, I remember gazing up at the first one, but I don't remember gazing up at all. Like, I do not remember. I just remember being at school, and then I looked up from our mom in our car window, and we were heading to the hospital. I was like, are we supposed to be going to... Because we were going to the zoo for a field trip, but I looked out the window. We were at our local hospital. I was like, why are we here? I was so confused at the time, because at this time I was still 8.5. I had not turned 9 yet. Oh my god. I don't know why, but it's okay. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but whatever. But yeah, I was so sad. This seizure was sad because I really was excited for this field trip, and it just did not happen. I did not get to go on this field trip. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but it's whatever. So that's really all I remember. They just told me that I was shaking so much, and then, like, ambulance came, and they were like, an ambulance came, but I woke up and I was in my mom's car. So, like, I don't know if the ambulance was, like, there, like, just, like, because, like, they kind of made it in a way, I don't know if they were trying to make this in a way, but, like, they were kind of making it in a way, like, I rode in an ambulance, but I swear to God, I woke up and I was in my mom's car. Like, arriving at the hospital. So then, like, we start to, like, okay, he just had a seizure, like, a week ago. And my eyes are watery now. Yawning and watery eyes. So, they give us, like, medicine to take. So, like, the first time I had a seizure, I think they just gave us medicine for that time. And we didn't get, like, no daily medicine. This time, though, I think is when we got the daily medicine. It wasn't, I don't remember. It was some liquid medicine. It was, like, clear liquid medicine. And if you guys know, any kids watching liquid medicine tastes terrible. Well, I've had some liquid medicine in the past that wasn't bad, but liquid medicine overall is just terrible. This one wasn't, like, that bad. This one wasn't that bad, but it was up there. Like, I mean, I could take it, but, like, I wouldn't want to. There's hopefully a difference there. So, yeah, that was pretty much it for that one. We got the medicine, we started taking it. I think I only took it once a day, once every 7 days, like in the morning, and I might have taken it at night too. I don't know when we got Aptium. I don't remember when we got Aptium, but I remember. So we went to the hospital to do, like, a CT scan, I think. I don't know when this was, I'm just saying. No, that was back in June of 2018 when I had to stay at the hospital for 3 days, I'm pretty sure. Or, okay, I could be wrong, but I had to, like, go through it. So I had to, like, go through many MRIs for seizures, and then a CTE scan, which I think is where I had to stay at the hospital. We're just gonna say it is, because I don't know if you know, but there were other times where they had to, like, flash light in my eyes, and I don't think this is a CTE scan. I think this is where, I called it torture at the time. They would, like, put you under a thing, like, under a light. 9-year-old me, at this time I was 9, by this time I turned 9. They flash light in your eyes for, like, 10 seconds, because that was, like, another way of seizures. Like, you can get seizures from flashing lights. That's what we thought it was at the time, because we still didn't know that it was, like, from sleep prevention. I don't know. I'm just going to say, because of no sleep, we thought it was flashing lights, because that's, like, the most common type of thing. But I wasn't crying because I was having a seizure. I was crying because I was annoyed at the light. But they couldn't tell, so they could not tell. So, let's see. We had to, so in June of 20, let me think. I don't know if this was from the Holiday Inn seizure or from a different seizure. I don't think, okay, from a different seizure. I don't remember, but in June of 2018, I had a very bad seizure. I think this was the first time I had 2 seizures in one day. And I think this was right before the Holiday Inn seizure, and I'll get seizure, I don't know if I keep saying seizure, whatever. I'll get to that one in a little bit, and I'll give the backstory of the name, but, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, but I'm still going to give the backstory. Yeah, so, in, like, June of 2018, I think this is where I had 2 seizures for the first time. We went up to USA in Mobile. No, we didn't go to USA. We went to Women's and Children's Hospital in Mobile for like a CTE scan, and what that basically is like they keep you at the hospital for 3 days, and, like, oh my god, I hate this so much. I recently had to do another one, like 3 years ago, and we're gonna get to that here in a minute. But it's basically where they get a bunch of like wires and they glue them to your head, and then they wrap it, and it's like a big ponytail full of wires in your head. And at first, it's like you get used to it, but when you have to leave, you have to get it all out, and then it's like glue in your hair, and it takes like 15 minutes to like stand in the shower, like 15 to 20 minutes. You have to stand in the shower and wash that all out. It is so annoying. I hope and pray to God I don't have to do that again, because that was so annoying. So the first time we did 2 CT scans, one in 2018, one in 2023. The first time in June 2018. I remember loving it at the hospital, and I'll explain why. So they had a Wii U up there, if you guys know what that is, like the flop after the Wii, the Nintendo console Wii U, up there that they had for like kids to play, so like kids would feel comfort, I guess, because of video games. Anyway, I'm just doing this from my chair. But anyway, like, I don't know what to say. They had it, so they brought it to me, and I got to play that Wii U console for 3 days straight. And I was living life. And also, since we were in Mobile, I got Chick-fil-A. Got Chick-fil-A every day, loved it. But I don't really remember that one anymore. That visit to the hospital. I do remember one thing though. This is engraved in my memory forever. Engraved in my memory. So the day we left, I don't remember what day it was. I just know it was June of 2018. And yeah, this was actually before the Holiday Inn seizure. So we were leaving to go to the hospital for 3 days, and as we pulled out of our driveway, we saw a double rainbow. So the sky was like pink. The sky was like coming down pink, and it was a double rainbow, and it was the prettiest thing I've ever saw in my life. It was truly pretty. That was my cat, by the way. He's coming back up for a visit, and if he comes over here, he's currently on a desk right now, but if he comes over here, then I'll let y'all see him and say hello and all that. Let him say hello. Anyway, yeah, so we, yeah, it was like the pink skies were like coming down, and there was 2 double rainbows. It's the prettiest thing ever. I still have it saved in my camera roll, but I can't show y'all because my phone's the face cam. So I can probably make it a community post if you guys want me to. But anyway, so that was cool. And then July of 2018, a month later, this was around the time. So in July of 2018, our house flooded. Like, our house flooded, like, laundry room, living room, dining room, parts of the hallway, where, I think the hallway, actually, no, I don't think the hallway got flooded. Dining room, living room, and the laundry room got the floors of the laundry room, dining room, and living room completely ruined because they're wooden floors, and our house was flooded. We had to move out of our house, and there's a Holiday Inn near our house, like 15 minutes from our house, so we stayed up there for 3 weeks. While we stayed there, in the middle of the night, and this is why I don't go back to a Holiday Inn ever. This is why I'd rather stay on the middle of the road, like sleep in a car, than go to a Holiday Inn. Because I have freaking PTSD trauma from this place. Trauma. Not even kidding, and you're about to find out why. In the middle of the night, the fire alarm just went off out of nowhere. So we're all thinking, okay, the building has caught on fire. We're on like the 2nd floor. How the frick are we gonna get down? But it was, spoiler alert, it was a false alarm. Another spoiler, it gave me a seizure because it freaked me out so much. So we're like, and this was a bad seizure too. Like, I was gazed up. This lasted like 20 minutes, I think. So like, it was really scary for my sisters and my parents. I have 2 older sisters. It was really scary for them, and I don't really remember. Like I said, I just remembered waking up in the hospital, like my whole family was there. Like everybody, like my grandparents, one of my cousins, my sisters, my parents, like they were all there. Because like they were all freaked out too. I mean, I was too when I look back at it. So, yeah, I don't really. So, 4th grade, August 2018 comes. 4th grade, I go into 4th grade. Is this when I went into 4th grade. And I don't remember any seizures I had between. I don't think I had a seizure between August 2018 and. I don't remember the last seizure I had after that Holiday Inn one. I don't remember. I don't think I had a single seizure in 2019. I'm trying to think, but I just can't think of one that's good. But, oh wait, I think I do. Wait. I don't think this was in 2018, though. I meant 2019. The camera's glitchy. I don't think this was in 2019. Though I'm trying to think, but like I don't think I had a seizure that I can remember in 2019. I probably did. There's one that I have on my mind, but I don't think it's from 2019. I think it's from 2018. So we're just gonna skip over it and say move on to 2020. Honestly, I remember I had a lot of seizures in 2020. A lot of them were at my friend's house because me and my friend would have sleepovers all the time during 2020, the summer of 2020, which was so fun because I went over to either my cousin's house every day or I had a sleepover with my friend every day. I definitely had seizures in 2020. So, at this time, I was moved on. I was on a new medicine. I was not on the liquid medicine that I mentioned earlier. I was on Aptium, which is the white pills. And I was on pills now, but I wasn't taking like actual pills. We were crushing them up and putting them in ice cream, which at the time I thought that was the best because I got to eat ice cream every night before I went to bed. Which is probably like when I said earlier, like my seizures were if I didn't get enough sleep and helping and we're like, well, what's better to help that than eat ice cream, eat a bunch of sugar before you go to bed. So that's probably why. But, you know, in 2020, I started taking them as pills. Like late 2020, I started taking them as pills. But pretty much most of 2020, I was still taking it with ice cream. But because I was scared of pills at the time. But now I would rather take pills than liquid medicine. They're so much easier. So yeah, there was one seizure. I know I had a bunch of seizures in 2020, but there's one that I can remember. And it was when I was at my friend's house. We just woken up, and we were playing Fortnite in his bedroom, I think it was, and I just started shaking violently, and gazing up, and like drooling, and then I was home. And that was pretty much it. That's all I remember. I think that lasted like 5 minutes. My cat's being so weird. So yeah, that's the only one I can remember from 2020. There was more, I know, but that's the one I remember most of 2020. So we're gonna move on to 2021. There's one I can remember right off the bat, and it's Christmas Day seizure. This one's very sad. This one's very sad. Oh my god, this just makes me sad all the time. On Christmas Day, we woke up, we're opening presents as normal, and since I didn't get enough sleep that night, I basically had a seizure. I think it lasted like 5 minutes. I don't think this one was that bad. I mean, it was on Christmas Day, so it was bad. I was 12 at the time. I was very sad, but, like, I think I just, like, because I remember, like, my eyes were open, because, like, in some seizures, like, I'll just, like, go, like, take a quick, like, my eyes will be closed, and then I'll wake up, and then they'll be like, hey, you had a seizure, and I was like, oh, okay. It's like, no, but okay, thanks for letting me know. But, And this one, my eyes, like, I could see everything the whole time. They were, like, trying to, like, figure out, like, how to make it stop. And, like, I don't remember what they were doing. They were just, like, worried, I think. It was my sisters and my parents, of course. So then that was pretty much it for that one. And then there was another seizure I had in 2021. So my friends, I was having a sleepover with my friends that day. It was Friday. So we went to school. The plan was to have a sleepover Friday night. And then Saturday get picked up. That was the obvious choice. That's what you do. That's the top tier plan for sleepovers during school. You have it on Friday nights because those are the best. So we were still, I was just doing my work normal, and out of nowhere, I think my chair leaned back and I just fell. And then I just once again, I don't remember. I woke up and I was just sitting there like this, staring into my desk. And my mom came up to me. My mom was my middle school math teacher from 7th to 8th grade, like I said, middle school. She came up to me and was like, "Do you still want to go to the sleepover?" And I was just sitting there like, "Yeah." I was just had a seizure, but she was like, I was like, "But do I still have to do work? Like, if you want to go to," she was like, "Well, yeah, if you're going to a sleepover, you can still do work." I was like, "Okay." Another thing to mention after you have a seizure is when you have a seizure, you lose, all taste in your mouth. So, you can't taste nothing for the whole day. I could not taste nothing. And we had, for Friday, in our school, Fridays, we would have, pizza catering or Chick-fil-A catering. We had Chick-fil-A that day. And I ordered, a sandwich, I think it was, chicken sandwich. I could not taste it, and I was, so mad. I had lemonade and chicken sandwich and blue Doritos. I could not taste any of it, and I was so sad. I was crying. And my friends were, trying to cheer me, "It's okay." And I'm like, "No, it's not. It's Chick-fil-A." So, I was sad, but it's Chick-fil-A, okay. And I still have fun at the sleepover anyway, so that's all I can remember of 2021. I know I had more. Like I said, I know like I said, you don't really remember your seizures well. These are just the ones I remember the most, but if I could go back and remember all my seizures, that would be great for the podcast, but I can't. So I'm just going over the ones I remember. So now we're moving on to the year 2022. And to be honest, there's only one seizure that I remember from 2022. I think. I'm trying to think. I think it was only one seizure. And I was at the scoring station. Our school, the private school I went to, did ACE. And if you do ACE, then you know how it works. But if you don't, I'm going to explain it to you real quick. So basically, it's a Christian curriculum. Private Christian curriculum. It's mainly for homeschool. But, if you want to, use it in your private school, then you can. But, we used it in our private school. It's like a Christian curriculum. I just said that. But, if you wanna, we only got homework if we didn't finish our daily work. We had 25 pages total. So we had to do, 5 pages in each booklet. You had math, your normal math, English, word building, history, science, and then Bible, because it's a Christian curriculum. And you have, 25 to 30 pages total. And you would only get homework if you didn't finish that day's worth of work. And if you did, you didn't get no homework. So that was fun. I still do ACE today with my history. I'm currently doing civics, 11th grade civics, and economics. Furry. That, yeah. But anyway, I just went up to the scoring station to score my work, and if you do ACE curriculum, then you know what I'm talking about. And I just fell over. That was it. I just fell over and you see this? Mark, I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken, is it on this elbow? Never mind. I thought this mark was from the seizure. It's either this one or this one. This one is from Family Reunion Football. But this one, I'm pretty sure, is from a Seizure. I don't know which one. It's from one. So yeah, I just collapsed. Like I think I either almost or did hit my head on the scoring station. Yeah, I kind of did. Like I hit like right here, so I hit my head on the scoring station of the table of the scoring station. I just like collapsed, full on hit the floor. It was carpet, so like it didn't kill me, but it was like it did hurt. That seizure hurt. Like mine, it hurt. That's all I'm gonna say because I ain't got no words right now. But I like at that point, my parents had something that they brought around all the time. We don't really bring it around all the time because I haven't had a seizure in over 2 years, 2.5 years, which is great, awesome. Praise the Lord. But yeah, I haven't had a seizure in over 2.5 years, and in June it'll be 3 years. So let's hope and pray for that. So they used to carry around this thing where like they would stick it either in my nose or in my mouth. Pretty sure it was in my nose, and then would make the seizure like shorter and like prevent it from being longer. So I remember like my mom, like vividly remember my mom just sticking that up my nose, and then it feeling so weird, and then I just blanked out, and then next thing I know, I was in my I was at the table. I was at the table because I was getting ready to do math. I was at a table and just asleep like this, just asleep like that, and I woke up and I looked around. And I was like, still at school. I was trying to like sleep through the entire day, which I don't know how I was gonna do that. It was like 9 when I had that seizure. 9 in the morning, and school went from 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. So don't know how I was gonna be able to do that. Probably if it happened now, not saying I want it to happen now, but like if it happened now, I probably could. There's days where I sleep till almost like 2 in the afternoon. It's crazy. I don't need to do that, but I do. So whatever. So yeah, that's how that happened, and then there's gonna be a section in this video where we're gonna talk about other seizures that I didn't mention because I'm now just starting to remember other ones, and we're gonna go through that right now. So we're gonna travel all the way back. Don't know why I did that. All the way back to April 2018, and this one's gonna be a quick segment. So it was lunchtime, and they called, like, sometimes at lunchtime, if people had food to be heated up, we would go down there early and heat our food up in the microwave, so they called my name. And I walked up there, and out of nowhere, and I want to thank God for my 3rd to 6th grade teacher again, made the epic catch, and I'm about to explain this in 5 seconds. But I'm trying to remember. I was just spinning around like this and was about to hit the concrete floor, but she ran over there and I was like this far away to hitting the concrete floor, but she caught me, and then someone carried me out and I just cried the whole way, and someone called my parents and I came. So we're gonna get to 2023, my worst year, my last year, and my worst year. So I don't really remember any seizures I had from 2023 before the ones in June that I'm about to get into. I don't remember any from 2023 besides the one I'm getting. So we're about to get into the ones I do remember, and it's the June 14th, the June 14th something, I don't know. I just say June 14th. Actually, it was either June 14th or June 15th. I think it was June 15th. The June 15th, the day that changed. At the time, we thought we changed in a bad way, but so at this time, I was still taking Aptium for my medicine. 1 in the morning. I think I was taking twice a day, either once or twice a day. I think I was taking once a day, whatever. I had one seizure in the morning, and we were like, okay, normal. So I've only had, the most seizures I've ever had in one day was 2, and that's only happened twice. I usually only have 1 seizure per day, if it does happen. So that 1 seizure happened, and we were obviously worried, but we were like, okay, this is just like keep them calm for the rest of the day. And then a couple hours later, another one happened, and we were like, okay, we gotta start. Like, obviously, I think we were all worried. We were worried because, like, 2 has only happened twice in a day. 2 seizures in one day has only happened twice at the time, but now it's happened 3 times. So they was keeping more of a watch on me. And then a couple hours later, I had 3. And then my mom at that point, because it was only me and my mom at home. My dad was at work. So at that point, she was really worried. Like, something is wrong. Because this doesn't happen. I never had 3 seizures in one day. My dad gets home, and a little bit after he gets home, I have number 4. 4 in one day. So at that point, they're like, okay, we're getting in the car. We're going to Women's and Children's Hospital. ER right away. On the way there, I don't know if it was on the way there or when we got there. I had 5 and 6. No, I had 4 at home and 4 there. So on the way there, I just remember thinking to myself, what is happening? Like, what is going on? I've never had 4 in one day. I've barely ever had 2 in a day. At this point, I think at this point in time, I hadn't had a single seizure in like almost 2 months. Which was, we were starting to like think, could this be, like, is he finally going to go a year without seizures? Because I had to go at the time a year without seizures to get off medicine, but then after 8, they were like, let's not do that, which I think is smart. But it's still kind of annoying because I want to be off medicine, but like, I understand them and I understand all the stuff. So I'm looking over here because my computer's right here, but my camera's over there, so I'll try to look over here more. So we get to the hospital, and then I have 5 and 6 late at night. So like 6 seizures in one day. So then it's like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm in a room, like a hospital room, TV on, and I'm just thinking, and then they don't want you to fall asleep. And I'm like, no, in 2018, when we first did this, the CTE scan, they were like, they didn't want me to fall asleep, because this is when we found out that my seizures were caused by not enough sleep. They were like, let's keep him up late at night, and let's see if he has a seizure the next morning. And the next morning I did, but trying not to fall asleep at that time was hard. I don't, like, now I could have done it, but like at the time I was like, just let me go to sleep. Well, like, this second time they didn't have me do that because they knew. And then this time was different because it was just like an eye opener. And then late at night, right before midnight, I had 7 and 8, and then that was it. So 8 seizures in one day. So it was crazy. So the next morning I woke up and I was in a hospital room. Wires all over my head. I think that's when they put the wires, sticky glue wires all in my head. Which, thank God they did it when I was asleep and not when I was like awake, because I would have not liked that. I was, at this time in 2023, I was 14. So 9 versus 14, like, some time had gone by. And so they kept me up there for 3 days. I ate Chick-fil-A at least 2 or 3 times a day. Actually, no, I ate Chick-fil-A like twice, maybe 3 times a day. I don't know. Like, I was taking my advantage. So we stayed up there, and this new doctor came in and started like talking to us, and it was like, she didn't talk to me, obviously, But she was talking to my parents, and what I know of, like, I think she was, like, saying stuff that they didn't know at all before, like, so apparently Aptium, the medicine we had been taking for 5 years at this point, was the cause of these seizures, and it would make them happen more frequently. So they put us on a new medicine, which I don't know the name of. I take 3 pills a day, 1 in the morning and 2 at night. And it's been like that since we started taking it back in June of 2023, so 2.5 years ago. I don't remember the name of the medicine at all. I always forget the name because it's kind of hard to pronounce. Well, not really. It's not a hard to pronounce name, it's a forgettable name. So, yeah, we left the hospital. Pretty much I did nothing at the hospital besides watch YouTube and eat Chick-fil-A. That was pretty much it. And have doctors come in here and out. But then a journey began. And this is where I just started to see the Lord's work for the... Like, I had seen the Lord's work before. Like, he had cured my daddy from cancer. Like, completely. And a bunch of some other things, too. But, like, that was through other people. Like, my dad was through another... Like, my dad's... I'm not my dad. Like, this was the first time I saw the Lord's work be done through myself. At this time, I was 14. So, like... And this is when I started homeschooling. I left my private school and started homeschooling because, like, this is when my seizures started getting worse. But then, in June of 2024, we had went 1 year without seizures. And I was, like, amazed because that had never happened. Like, I had never gone a full year without seizures. Like, the closest thing I think we ever got was, like, 6 months. Not a year. We got half a year, but not a year. So, I just started, like... It was amazing. Like, I was seeing Lord's work. Him healing me being done. And it was amazing. And I started reading the Bible more. Like, since then, I have been reading the Bible way more than ever. I have been, been just reading the Bible more. I've been, like, praying more. Been wanting to know about all of the stuff related to Jesus and all that, and healing and spiritual warfare, all of that. I just want to know it. Like, and then, like, anytime I have a calling to, like, I have preached, like, I've shared my story with a bunch of people. I've shared it with a bunch of people. And then I've shared my dad's story, because it's also a great story with his cancer, with a bunch of people. I taught it as a sermon in children's church, because in October of 2024 I started being a helper in the children's church at my church. I've been doing that for about a year and a half now, and I love my job. It can be hard at sometimes, and it just can. But I love doing it. I love helping up there with them. It's just and then in June of 2025 we hit 2 years. About a couple months ago we hit 2.5 years, and then in June of this year, things still continue the way they are. We'll hit 3 years. So things have been good. I mean, I sometimes forget that I've, used to have seizures. Even though sometimes it's hard to, because it was such a journey of my life. I sometimes forget that I had seizures at one point in my life, because it's like, I've gone 2 years, I've been able to do stuff that I've never done before. Like, stay up, do all-nighters. Like, before, I couldn't stay up. Like, if I stayed up till 10 or 11, I would have a seizure. But now I can, get up early in the morning, I can do all-nighters, stuff that teenagers love to do. I can now, before, I couldn't even drive. Like, when I first turned 15, I couldn't even take my driver's license. I couldn't study for my permit, because, I had to get it approved for the doctor. I had to wait, 5 months before I could first study, for my permit. And I'm not using, and people who know me personally, I'm 16, still don't have my permit. Sister, I'm not using that as a flex. I'm just saying. But I just saying at the time I could not study for my permit. But then as soon as I got approved for the doctors, when I started studying. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, not flexing, sister. She knows. If she's watching the video, she knows. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this episode. Because, after 2020, after those 8 seizures in one day and that new medicine and 3 days in the hospital, there's really not, that's pretty much it. There's not much else to talk about. I've not had a seizure in 2.5 years, and it's been a great journey, and I think it really opened my eyes to see what the Lord really can do. I've seen it before in other people, but in me personally. So that's going to be the end of this podcast episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys want to see something, this podcast comes out March 11th, I think. It comes out Wednesday at 4 p.m., which I think is March 11th. And then my next podcast episode will be out March 13th on a Friday at 4 p.m. So these come out at 4 p.m. Make sure you subscribe, and if comments are up, and comment down below what else you want to see in the podcast. And if you want to be in a podcast, let me know, because I'll be happy to do a podcast with you. And I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Peace.